KEMI bad enough. Why are people calling her KEMI bad enough? Guys, I told you something. That if you betray your brother, your buyer, or the person, or if you sell your brother, your buyer will not trust you. And it looked like I was just saying it because KEMI, I'm not standing with KEMI Badenoch. Now her real name is KEMI Badenoch, and all of a sudden people changed her name to KEMI Bad Enough. And on a rise, I heard Dr. Ruben Abati, saying the same thing, KEMI Bad Enough. Guys, this whole thing was simple. We are not saying, KEMI, do not express how you feel or felt growing up in Nigeria. We all have our fair share of what happened, and these things happen everywhere. Even those who grew up in the UK, they have their own stories to tell about the UK. Those who grew up in America have things to say about America. There is no country on this earth that is free of childhood memories, whether good or bad. Now, there's nobody that will say, oh, their childhood memory did not have one thing. They will say, okay, we had a bully in our lives, okay, and nobody could speak for us. We had something, or maybe an aunt, or, bullied them or something like that. But KEMI decided to put Nigeria under the box. And I remember making a video telling you guys how a Brit, an original Brit, so KEMI is not even a Brit, it's just maybe her kids because her husband is Brit. And she now decided to carry Brit matter on her head, insulting Nigerians. If you want to talk about Nigerian government, I give you permission to talk about them, because they came and said, do you remember? There are two things. They came to us and said that we want to take power. And once you're giving someone power, the person the person is mandated to do the right thing. And once the person does not do the right thing, what do? You call out the person in government. But in a case where, KEMI, you are calling out government and you are now dragging Nigeria as a country into this thing. And I remember one journalist speaking, saying that he doesn't understand why KEMI will be talking down on her birth country just because she had some issues with a few bad eggs. This is somebody who is not Nigerian speaking. So I began to say, okay, so there are some very, very intelligent people still on this planet. Yes. And then after the whole interview, the person said KEMI needs to, that he was even surprised when the vice president Shetima asked KEMI to even change her name. That name, KEMI, keeps reminding people that she's Nigerian. Since she wants to cut ties, KEMI came up with another story that Boko Haram, the North, they are Boko Haram people, and that's why the West don't have anything to do with them. That's the Yoruba people don't have anything to do with the Hausa people. With the North. I was looking at KEMI. I'm like, KEMI, will you control that your mouth? KEMI, how old are you? I know you senior me, right? But control that your mouth. You are not even up to 50 years, but you look something like more than 50 because of the way your ideas are bizarre. As in, they are not even. Look at Chimamanda. Chimamanda says things and protects the African culture. Not because she feels that the African culture is perfect, because she knows that if you do not speak good about your own people, nobody is going to do it for you. Chimamanda is somebody that is widely respected. KEMI did not listen. KEMI started dragging Nigerian police, of which recently one Yoruba guy, this is a Yoruba man who, he went as far as buying shoes and delivering it at KEMI's office in UK. And guess what? This thing was trending like wildfire. And people were like, yes, KEMI, you need to collect it. They delivered the parcel. He delivered it, took some videos and pictures, and even took us through how he thought of it, how he started, checking online for a good store where he could buy designer shoe, so that KEMI will stop talking about Nigeria in a derogatory manner. KEMI did not listen. Now, just recently, the Brits now came asking KEMI, why are you talking about your country in that kind of manner? If you are talking about your country in that manner, how are we supposed to trust you that one day? Because I mentioned it even in one of my videos, saying that if KEMI can talk about a country that gave birth to her, she can disrespect a country that gave her citizenship based on, living there or having lived there for some time. So you guys know that in those days in the UK, once you are born or you grew up in the UK, you get automatic citizenship. But after KEMI was born, every law now changed. They now neutralized it, and everything changed, and it was no longer like that. Now you need to sit there for exam. You have stayed there for a number of years, which KEMI all of a sudden tried to change. You are an immigrant. You now come. They gave you opportunity. Look at that Indian guy. He was not doing this to his people. Even if he would do it underneath, on the ground, under wraps, he wasn't coming out to be confrontational with his people. But at the end of the day, what happened? KEMI, like they said, your conservative party is not even the most popular party, and you're not the most popular candidate, and you're making it look like you are one demigod that nobody understands. Okay, that aside, but guess what happened? When all of these things happened, I kept worrying for this KEMI. People talked about it. The woman who is in charge of Nigerians in diaspora, what's her name? I think it's Ireti something. Okay. And that woman talked about it. And then Anthony Joshua came to Nigeria and he was cool, going about. People were like, wow, this is what they expected from KEMI. Not that she should come and embrace and say, oh, Nigeria is good, where it's not good. Nobody is saying praise Nigeria. But please, something that happened when I was not born. Something that happened since. You are now using it to blame Nigeria, disrespect them, talk down on them, and then dragging the Nigerians into disrepute. And that's okay. That's your own opinion. Just for me to wake up this morning and I saw news flash, KEMI has been sacked from her party. Like they asked her to go and manage her public image. That her public image is not good. I'm like, I did not hear it well. Did you just say? Remember I mentioned to KEMI, I said, KEMI, this thing you are doing, anybody that love you should advise you, because let it not get to a point where you will now, people will not be saying, oh, KEMI Badenoch did this, and now her husband has sent her away. Because the truth is, your people, to divorce, they had them. If after all you have bashed your people and they now divorce you, where will you go to? That was a question I asked KEMI. Even though she might not watch my videos, but at least people who are close to her should have at least watched these videos through recommendation. KEMI did not listen. Now the Brits have come out in her party to say, you have to step aside. That's as if it's a sack. They sacked her. When I saw this news, I'm like, is it true? I watched that video. I'm like, really? KEMI has been asked to step aside because her public image is not good. I'm sure KEMI did not notice that her public image will be of any disrepute to her party, the conservative party she's representing, and KEMI is seriously targeting to become prime minister. And it would have been a sweet thing to see a Nigerian become a prime minister, but not because we want you to make the immigration laws more affordable or more, I don't know the word to use. We are not saying that you should bend the rules for us. But please stop dragging Nigerians under the bus. That doesn't make sense to me. Now, guys, after the whole of this back and forth happening, KEMI Badenoch has been sent out of the party, like sacked out of the party. I don't know how they did it, but the most important thing is that the fact that these words are the ones that are making me sweet, that's making my body very sweet. KEMI, go and work on your public image. She maybe had no idea that working on public image is very important, because there are other very popular parties that have people who are very, very, coordinated, very well spoken, very intelligent, articulate, smart. Because the truth is, whether you like it or not, immigrants are the ones that steer the ship of UK, America, Australia, Canada. Without immigrants, their crops will spoil. Just like you saw the American farmers already crying out, or American vendors crying out, oh, they cannot even harvest anything from their farm from the time the deportation happened. But whether we like it or not, Trump has started restructuring things to the point where Trump now said, okay, before you get a green card, you must pay so amount of money. And the big boys will be able to afford it. The big boys, they are going to be able to afford it. So Trump is indirectly saying, okay, I may have chased you away, but now please come back to my country and invest, because they need this investment. So if Trump is saying pay $10,000 or $5,000 or $50,000, there are people who can comfortably afford that, to get a green card and citizenship at the same time. So what are we saying? Do you understand? So KEMI Badenoch. And by the way, I also hear that UK has become one of the countries that have been blacklisted from coming to America. So it's not only Nigeria, so UK and Nigeria. So will you now say it's because UK has bad governance? No, it is because the president, Donald Trump, decided to do what he decided to do. Guys, let me know your thoughts on the comment section. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one. Bye.